Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're very excited that you're here with 50 Strong and our partners from HCA Healthcare. At 50 Strong, our mission is clear. We want to strengthen the workforce by bridging the gap between employers and military-ready talent through effective, scalable solutions that yield tangible results. 50 Strong was established in 2020 and is a community-centric organization dedicated to serving employers, educational partners, and organizations that support military personnel and veterans. We owe our presence here today to you, all of the veterans, service members, and military spouses. We understand that transitioning into civilian careers can be a daunting task, and we value your dedication, resilience, and leadership that you're going to contribute to the workforce. And so that's why events like today's meetup are crucial. They provide a direct and inviting avenue for you to engage with HCA Healthcare, explore their career opportunities, and gain insights into how your background may fit their hiring requirements. When strong employers like HCA connect with capable military-ready talent like yourselves, the result can be profoundly impactful. So thank you for your service, for your stories, and for placing your trust in us to accompany you on this journey. We want to extend a heartfelt welcome and our gratitude to HCA for joining us today and for their ongoing dedication to supporting the military-connected community. With a robust national presence and a diverse array of career opportunities, HCA understands the immense value that veterans, military spouses, and military-affiliated individuals contribute to the workforce. In just a bit, their team will provide further insight into their opportunities, and we are excited to welcome them and again express our appreciation for them helping to make today's event possible. So a few housekeeping items before we get started. Please mute your microphone unless you are speaking to minimize background noise. Feel free to post any questions in the chat at any time, and we will address those during the session or at the end. If you experience any technical difficulties, please send us a message in the chat and the 50 Strong team will be happy to assist you. And later in the meetup, we will transition into breakout rooms for a more intimate discussion with the HCA team. Next, I am delighted to introduce to you someone whose vision and leadership has been instrumental in bringing 50 Strong to life. Ms. Kandi Tillman, the managing co-founder of 50 Strong.
Hi, everybody. A little bit of fun that's happening over here behind the scenes. If you're here as a job seeker and you're feeling a little bit nervous and not exactly sure what's going on, I want you to know that everybody on the 50 Strong team and all the employees on the HCA healthcare side can feel a little bit of that. We had a little bit of technical issues before we got started. We were all sweating, still wiping our brows a little bit. So thank you for being with us here today. Y'all, this is on Zoom. And so if we do end up having technical difficulties, we will just invite you all back again very soon, but we're going to all do our best. For those of you that I haven't met yet, I'm Kandi Tillman. Our team has been working since 2020 to find new ways to connect job seekers that are affiliated with the military. We've been working for 6 years to find new ways to connect you with strong employers that value your skills. I want to share just a little bit of background because it highlights the importance of networking. I live in Arizona, and so HCA Healthcare is not as present in my area. And so one night I was at dinner and got introduced by a mutual friend to John Snyder when I was on a work trip. John Snyder is with HCA Healthcare, was the lead of their military program, and that was about 3 years ago. That dinner and that relationship is what brought 50 Strong and the HCA Healthcare team together. And now we have more HCA employees than I can even count quickly that are here with us today to meet with you all. Our goal at 50 Strong is never to be a bottleneck and to always try to get you in touch with employers, with employees at those employers, and with industry professionals that can help offer insight and guidance on employment pathways. So if you're joining us for the very first time, and it looks like about half of you are joining us for the very first time at 50 Strong, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here to meet with this team. Thank you to the 50 Strong team for just jumping in and working together to get through the technical issues that we had. And again, just want to say thank you for sure to all the job seekers that are with us today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kandi. All right, so here is a quick outline of what you can expect today. We're going to start with a very brief introduction to 50 Strong and the resources that we offer that can help you in your career journey. Then that will be followed by an overview of HCA Healthcare and employment opportunities that they offer. And after that, we will transition into breakout rooms for direct discussions with the HCA team members. We'll conclude with some Q&A, final thoughts, and next steps. The purpose of today's session is really to highlight the meetup and to provide you with direct insights from HCA, who they are, what roles they're hiring for, and how to position yourself for success within their team whenever you're hiring. We encourage you to ask questions and engage actively, particularly in the breakout rooms. And the HCA team does such an amazing job with their breakout rooms. It's unique to any other organization. So I'm really glad that you're here with us today. And Shambhala will give you more information about that, but you're going to have a lot of fun. Another way to make sure that you can fully connect with our partners is to upload your resume and your LinkedIn profile and other information using the link that we're going to put in the chat. And that will give them some more information about you so that they can connect with you further. Please keep in mind that this meetup is exclusively for HCA team members and job seekers only. In order to maximize the time job seekers have to interview and interact with the employer, please no B2B pitching. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so at 50 Strong, we have a series of meetups pretty much weekly that are upcoming. So please don't miss any of these. If you can find the time to come to us during your lunch, you can find the full list of events by following the link that's shared in the chat, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. The one that we have coming up next week has 15 at the moment, a little bit more than 15 employers, and we keep adding them daily. And so you'll have the opportunity to meet every single one of those employers face to face. All of our meetups are designed to connect you with a variety of employers to help improve your networking skills and, most importantly, cultivate meaningful relationships that can open doors to new career opportunities. Opportunity Marketplace. Make sure to check this out either right now or during the meetup or before you come to the next one. It is the ideal destination for discovering roles that match your skills, your experience, and your career aspirations. It is more than just a job board. We have tailored this to assist you in taking a purposeful next step. You can filter by opportunities in location, find roles that align with your background, and discover positions from all of our 50 Strong employer partners. This platform is designed to help you specifically progress swiftly and confidently towards your next opportunity. Okay, 50 Strong Mentoring Hub. This is where HCA shines. They shine in a lot of places, but in the 50 Strong Mentor, they shine more than any other spot. So please, they'll put the link in the chat. Check out the 50 Strong Mentoring Hub, and most specifically, check out the 50 Strong Mentoring Hub for HCA. This is a virtual platform designed for transitioning service members, veterans, and military spouses to connect with mentors from HCA and some of our other sponsors as well in the larger industry. So whether you're looking for transitioning advice, you want to explore healthcare or company culture, hoping to arrange an informational interview, or you need guidance in your job search, the Mentoring Hub is crafted to help you forge meaningful connections that will support your next steps. One of the things that makes our mentoring hub very unique is that it is on your time. So there is no year-long commitment. You don't have to say, yes, I can meet with you every Thursday from 9 until 9:30 because we know that life happens, right? So Shambhala, for example, will have her calendar open and tell you when she can meet for 15 minutes. You tell her when you can meet for 15 minutes, and then the magic happens. If it's a great fit and you want to continue that relationship, fantastic. If you're like, what, Shambhala, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to talk to Andrew next, or I'm going to talk to Brandon next. You can make that happen as well. So please take the time and invest in yourself and take a look at 50 Strong Marketplace. We will put the link in the chat, and you can also scan the QR code. All right, so now we're going to hop over to our partners from HCA Healthcare to tell us more about what they have to offer and explain those really cool breakout rooms. So Shambhala, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Cassie. And thank you, everyone, for coming here today. I'm really excited for this feature and for the various different breakout rooms. I am Shambhala Roach, the program manager of military affairs. Going a bit into my intro just a bit or early. going also back into what Kandi was saying on how HCA got to 50 Strong through John Snyder. Well, his first session with 50 Strong, I met John Snyder on that 50 Strong call, and it happened to be his birthday. And I only had maybe 5 minutes to talk to him. And after having that one networking opportunity with him, I thought maybe there's a chance he will not even remember me after this whole conversation that we just had. And I started to have several different messages with him back and forth, and came to HCA after transitioning from the Army as an HR business partner. Fast forward a year later, he ends up getting a promotion and remembered me from the 50 Strong call, and I ended up being his successor. So it's always great to be able to come back to these moments and these full circle moments, but it also is the motivation for me when we're doing these different features, because I try to put myself back into everyone's shoes as far as what it is that you're experiencing. If you're already a veteran who's out of service, if you're a military spouse searching for your opportunity to finally shine at whatever it is that you want to do. And I'm also a military spouse on top of that as well. And then also just seeing these different opportunities that are out there. If you're looking for someone to mentor you and have someone to talk you through these different processes with your transition and your job search, which is why each person that will be introduced a little bit later was selected for this one particular feature, because these are the people that have been a big part of HCA. Even as like someone like myself as a program manager, I can't do it all, much like what Kandi was saying earlier. You don't want to be a bottleneck in the process. And sometimes I do feel like myself that I can be the bottleneck in the process because I can't do it all. But this team that you're going to meet from HCA has been extremely helpful. So if someone is not able to get a hold of me, I know that if someone has messaged anybody who is on this particular call, they have not only answered the call, they've done resume reviews. I started to lose count on how many people on the last feature were able to get interviews, skill bridge, even hired afterwards. In fact, I just saw the email from Andrew that we had an executive hired as well too recently, who is an Army veteran as well. So this team is really dedicated to your future and ensuring that you have somebody who's going to walk alongside you as well. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity to do that, and also do that with this team here. So before I get into the introductions, I'm going to give you just a brief overview of HCA Healthcare. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So HCA has hired well over 65,000 veterans, active duty, reserve personnel, and military spouses. A lot of the awards that you'll see at the bottom have been the ones that we have recently earned. So for the Vet Index, we are a 5-star employer. We are also one of the top 10 employers for being military friendly for military spouses. And we're also maintaining our gold standard for being military friendly as well too, and best for vets. That's because of the team that we have here as well, because not only with them being mentors, some of them are a part of our employee resource group, which is a military colleague network for anyone who is military connected in general. Currently, we're sitting at roughly over 20,000 military connected colleagues across our entire enterprise right now, and steadily growing on a regular basis. So if there's ever a question, if we're military friendly or even ready or even thriving in this space, I would gladly say yes. Two of our three founders were military veterans as well too, and they also had that thought process of marrying up hospitality with healthcare as well, which is why some of the values that we have are the way that they are. Now, if you're looking at different roles within HCA and it's clinical, non-clinical, administrative, executive, IT, project management, you name it, we'll typically have it. Some of the team members that we have here have that experience there, and there are some who recruit within those spaces too, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you have a position that is non-traditional, so for example, and I'll pick on someone without them giving away who it is exactly, but sometimes you'll have a particular job in the military that does not easily translate over to healthcare. For example, my boss was a prior Army Ranger. That's not something that easily translates over to healthcare. And we also on this call have someone who is a Navy nuke. So again, if you're looking at having a career pivot and looking at something else different to do, this is definitely a good space and a great call for you to be on. We have over 190 different hospitals across the nation and within 20 states, 2,400 centers of care, and we're also in the United Kingdom. We do have SkillBridge. I will give a slight warning with our SkillBridge that it's in person or hybrid. We will not be doing that remote. And that's on purpose because I know that sometimes it's easy for people to be forgotten in this process. And this is a pivotal moment in your life to where you want to make a great impression. And that's sometimes hard to do when you're remote. But by doing that, we're at 94% offer rate after people do their SkillBridge with us. So we do have a great method when it comes to SkillBridge. We've had one person who started off as a patient care tech as her SkillBridge, had no experience within the healthcare whatsoever. Her experience was originally as HR within the Navy. And then after she did her time as SkillBridge for being a patient care tech, she enrolled in the Galen School of Nursing, decided that she wanted to be a nurse, and already received an offer when she was done with her SkillBridge as a nurse extern. So that was one. And then another, we had someone who came in directly with his SkillBridge as a COO of one of the hospitals in Texas. So with our SkillBridge, we definitely look at it from a holistic point, look at your capabilities and your potential, and see where you can go from there afterwards. And then quickly, what I'll do is also show you a map of the different locations where we're at. So the little dots is where you'll find the facilities. The squares are for us to see where there's a military presence as far as in some aspect of a reserve unit or a base, anything along that line. So that's for us to see where there's going to be a heavy presence. But within those 3 states, that's where we'll see a lot of a bulk of not only where our military colleagues would be, a good bulk of where our hospitals would be, and also where a lot of veterans tend to locate just in general on that one. So without further ado, what I'll end up doing is introducing our breakout rooms. So our breakout rooms are going to be in 3 different colors. They're in HCA colors. So there'll be an orange room, a blue room, and a white room. Each of the rooms are going to be broken up in a sense of where you'll have someone who is a military veteran. You'll also have someone who is not military at all, but they're either a mentor with the experience or they have been doing a lot of work with us in general, or someone who is like within that recruiting space as well too to answer those questions for you. So if you navigate to each of those rooms, you're going to have a different element to it. You'll also see that there's a common theme to where everyone seems to work together really well with this whole process. And the reason why I love having this combined aspect of those with the military experience and non is because sometimes when you're coming across organizations where there's a primary military voice will be more so in an echo chamber, and I don't want that. So it's good to have any of those hard questions that you may have to be answered within those rooms, and everyone will be able to assist you. This is definitely a no judgment zone, so don't be afraid to ask those hard questions there. So without further ado, what I'll do is introduce those who are going to be in the orange room. So I will be in the orange room. I already gave you a bit about myself earlier as an 50 strong alum. I'm also a mentor as well too on the platform, and I believe because of the new update as well, I'm able to affiliate myself with different organizations. So I can affiliate with William and Mary because I'm also worked with William and Mary for quite a bit as well. And pretty soon, a nonprofit that I am chair of, which is Women Veterans Interactive. So once that is 100%, I'll be affiliated on that one, and that will be a big one there. But the next person that I'll have do a quick introduction for is Andrew. And for those who have been looking for someone to talk to about anything executive, I always say Andrew is the most popular person at HCA. If you ever go to ACHE for the conference, I have to get him like security. In fact, I think we had to like lie to you to get you lunch because people were bombarding you during that one. So it's an absolute pleasure to have Andrew on this call. And I hope you guys enjoy the treat of all the people that we have on here. So Andrew, if you could introduce yourself.
Thank you, Shambhala. It's great to be here, and I really appreciate the invitation and excited to be here with all of you. I'm really representing the executive recruiting team here with HCA, and we have just a tremendous team. We have 10 recruiters who are based here in Nashville. All of our recruitment is focused on our 190 hospitals, all the leadership opportunities. So I may have a small, narrow window of what I actually recruit for. I would love to speak with you, each of you, and see if there's anything I could do to help you or point you in the right direction, make those introductions. HCA, we are a strong organization with veterans. And Shambhala just mentioned we literally just hired a veteran, Army veteran, for one of my vice president of operations positions down in Texas. So I'm just thrilled about that. Shambhala and John Snyder have been fantastic to work with. They've really taken this program to the next level. So I'm just thrilled to be a part of it and looking forward to speaking with some of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew. Really do appreciate you being on this call. Next up for the Orange Room will be Karen Bell.
Hey, good afternoon. I am Karen Bell, not a veteran, a nurse by background. I am a military mom, Air Force retired and Marine, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to join us today.
And she's being super humble on that one. She's also like the heartbeat of our military colleague network as well too. So she does some great things down there in Nashville, and also as an additional humble brag as well too is anytime that I'll see on my calendar a ping will pop up, and Karen often holds resume reviews, mock interviews for several people, especially after the 50 strong feature. I really did start to lose track of how many had occurred. But with that being said, I know that there was one when I was completely out of the net when it was travel season for me, coordinated a skill bridge for someone there at corporate headquarters at some point, and a series of different interviews. So definitely want to take the time out to talk to Karen as well. Next up will be Brandon Marsh, and he'll also be in the Orange Room.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brandon Marsh, and I currently serve as the Director of Physician Services with HCA Healthcare down here in the Jacksonville area. This is my first time joining 50 Strong, so thank you, Tom, for the invitation. Before joining HCA, I spent 21 years in the Army with the majority of my career in military healthcare, of course. Over those years, I had the opportunity to grow from delivering care to eventually leading operations as we do with promotion opportunities. When I decided to retire, my transition was very intentional. I actually stumbled upon Jamie Blackshear by accident, and she really put me in a great position to take this position here in Orange Park. I knew when I left the Army, I wanted to figure out what was next, but I wanted to position myself for a career that meant investing in myself well before taking off the uniform. I think we hear a lot about using our service transition assistance programs, and of course, you absolutely should. But my advice, if you're willing to listen to it, is don't let that be your entire transition strategy. I think using programs like 50 Strong can help you build your network, invest in your education and your professional development, spend some time learning your industry and what you're trying to enter, find people who are already sitting in the seats you eventually want to occupy, and be aggressive about finding an organization that recognizes the value of what you spent your military career doing. And I think that's what HCA has done for me and many of the folks on this call. I think one of the biggest mistakes we can make is sometimes allowing individuals or companies to discount our experience simply because it happened in uniform. And I can say without bias that HCA really does a great job in making sure our experience is translated into the workforce. I'm really excited to be a part of this opportunity. Again, thank you, Shambhala, for the invitation, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you all.
Great. Thank you so much, Brandon. And for those who end up in the Orange Room, I'll definitely be prodding him for some additional stories about his interview experience as well, too, because what he doesn't know is that with Jamie, we were keeping tabs on what was going on in your interview. So you definitely had like a cheering squad behind you without even knowing it, that we were really stoked on how things transpired for you. All right. So for the Blue Room, we have Brendan Latta, who is a part of the military sourcer team. Brendan?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Shamla. So yes, Brendan Latta with the Military Affairs Program as a talent sourcer. I'm an Army guy, actually currently in the reserves at Fort Stewart. So if you're familiar with that, hit me with it because I've only had a couple days up there and it's Fort Stewart. So I've been with HCA for 12 and a half years. Used to make the joke that I've recruited for everything. Started in the hospital recruitment with RNs, moved to lab, urgent care, physician services, health trust. Uh, Literally have recruited from doctors, nurses, lawyers, plumbers, you name it. And that really just goes to show all the different opportunities that we offer. So don't ever take yourself out of the conversation with, well, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, so you probably don't have anything. The fact is, we probably do have something and would love to talk with you about it. So in addition to all that, I am a 50 strong mentor. I have a mentorship tomorrow morning. So looking forward to that. So if anybody wants to sign up, I love those. That's like the highlight of my week anytime anybody jumps on there. So please do that. I can shed some good light on obviously HCA, haven't been around a while, but look forward to seeing you in the breakout rooms.
All right. Thank you, Brendan. And next up is going to be Tommy York, who I'll also plug beforehand too, that he also is the other half with Karen with a lot of those resume and interviews and mock interviews as well too. They have been doing a tremendous job with their mentorship and guidance for people after a lot of these calls. So, Tommy?
Hello, thank you for having me. I am currently a senior product analyst in IT. I've been with HCA about 11 years and love working with Karen and all the HCA folks. That's one of the favorite things of mine about HCA is our community outreach. I was not in the military. I'm not in the military, but I do have a grandfather who was in the Navy, and then somewhere down the line is a connection to Sergeant York, but don't ask me how. Way back to World War One. So looking forward to talking with you guys today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Tommy. And then also for the blue room, and last but not least for the blue room will be Aaron.
Thank you, Chambla. Hi, guys. I'm Aaron. I'm the Navy nuke that Chambla was speaking about. I'm also a 50 strong mentor. I love this group, and I'm a very big fan of the military affairs team here at HCA. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure at least half or probably three quarters, I don't know, everybody on this call from HCA, from the military affairs team got me this job. Between Jamie, between Chambla, between John, Ricky, everybody. So we're definitely a very military friendly company. It's been massive for me. It's been an absolute blast. For those who don't know, again, Navy nuke, got out. I was enlisted, no degree. So whether it's want to talk about just how to transition and maybe how to get your degree, how to move through your professional career at H. We of course want you guys at HC, but any of those things, what this mentorship is about. That's what all this is for. So I'm more than willing to talk to everybody about that process and just my process here at HCA. So feel free to book. I think I already got one mentorship already on this call, so that's pretty cool. The link is working, Andy, so it's moving. So looking forward to talking with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. All right. So for the white room, we have Cameron Ford. Cameron?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Cameron Ford. I am a 50 strong alum. I was actually hired through Jamie, who is here as well. It took her several months, so I do understand how hard it is to get a position. A little bit of background, I spent 13 years in the Army, majority of that active duty, and then came down and went to run the esports program for the National Guard during COVID. Planned to make the military a career, got medically retired, and everything shifted on me real quick and started looking for jobs. Spent 6 months trying to find a position, just interviewing. Jamie was awesome, helped me the whole way. Met her in January, uh, started working with her, and then finally in May landed me the job where I am now, I manage the nurse extern program, which is a nurse internship program for the Nurse North Florida Division. And I'm just super thankful for this program and Jamie.
Thank you so much, Cameron. And it's always good to have a fellow 50 strong alum on the call as well, too. So it's great. Next up will be Daniel Alstrom.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. So, Cameron, I should have had dinner with you last night. I was actually in North Florida and just got back late for the Expanse upgrade. So, Expanse is our hub application within HCA, 315,000 or so employees we have, bigger than some small countries. And one of those opportunities is when help is needed, you can sign up and see other parts of the country, at least 20 states of it, or other teams and how they interact. And it's very different culture and dynamics with it. I'm a product of acquisition. The hospital I was at was going to be purchased by HCA, and I latched onto the cappuccino machine, knowing that was a critical resource. And so if you take it, you take me. And that's about how it happened. A badge was slipped across my desk and told, put this one on top of your other one. Since we have two door systems you got to get through now, and jump on and let's find out what happens. I've been doing information technology for 40 plus years, if you count age 14, where I'm programming electronic cash registers. Aside from that, various industries. Never thought I'd get into healthcare, but don't say that Dungeons and Dragons isn't a useful career skill. I needed a 15 to get hired. I rolled a 17 on a D20, and the HR manager, whose son was one of my minions, hired me on the spot. Galicia Heart Hospital. I could make this up, but I'm not. So 9 years with that company, then the acquisition, then the cappuccino machine. Me went over there. I've gone from an IT tech or desktop help support, which is what they hired me as. They didn't know what else to do with me, into a ISA or imaging systems administrator, because it's a very unique skill set. Exciting to have that. Did that 9 years. And again, the company and its products branch off into different directions. And I'm with integrated applications now. So no military experience myself. Dad was a World War II bombardier. So that was the Army Air Force. There was no Air Force branch at that time. So very strong values. I'm X generation. He's Silver Fox. We mesh on own no debt, have honor, have integrity, be your authentic self in front of everybody, every day, every word. And you have no mask to hide behind, no problems. I mentor in 50 strong. I also, if you do want a 1 year commitment, I mentor in American Corporate Partnership as well, ACP. I'm on my third mentee. All have survived, all have thrived. So I haven't harmed anyone too badly yet. And how I lead, I'm the only person on my team of 8 that lives in this whole market of Wichita, Kansas. Lo and behold, one of HCA's top 5 or 6 hospitals, 760 beds, with Wesley right here in Wichita. So I have to, because there's no one else to delegate work to except myself. All for me.
Thank you so much, Dan. That was absolutely perfect. And again, that's a nice, awesome plug too for the mentorship platform as well too. Also for the next person who is semi-famous because he has been in a recent article for Search and Employ, Sean Soul. Sean, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hey everybody, I'm Sean. I don't know how famous I am yet, but give it time. I'm a provider solutions specialist here in the North Carolina division, which is basically a physician whisperer. I help them with how to keep their standard down when their EMR isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. And been with HCA for about 7 years now. I was also a product of acquisition. They just handed my leash to the next person, and I was like, ooh, treats, and went with them. Let's see, I spent almost 6 years in the Army Guard out of New York with the 206 MP Company, 42nd Infantry Division. I was also medically separated and went through an absolute tire fire of a transition. And one of my big things that I absolutely love doing is being able to be part of these groups and mentor people and help them avoid every hole that I fell in so that they don't have to go through the same things that I went through. I did spend almost a year living out of my car at one point. Like there's just times where you just, things don't line up. You can't get the job. And I'm more than happy to be here to work as a resource. Like anyone else has said, it doesn't have to be with HCA. If you just have questions, if you want to know how to avoid things, how to do things differently, I am happy to be that person to help. That is what I love to do. And I can definitely speak on HCA's behalf as saying, this is a group that does things for veterans that I've never seen any other company do. The people that we get, the talent that we have, and what's huge is we are big into your personality, your values, that's so much more important to us than skill set. We can train to skill. We can find, so like I'm in a perfect position, an example of having a job that you have no business having. I don't have any talent or skill set in EMRs or computers beyond playing Doom in the 90s. This was not my career path. This was a complete accident, but they saw the personality, they saw the opportunities, they saw the potential, the diamond in the rough that I am, and trained me for this. So it's definitely talent and personality. So it's a great group to be with for sure.
Yep. Thank you so much, Sean. And Sean also is a part of our military colleague network, one of the chairs in North Carolina, doing some amazing work out there as well, too. And last but not least, for the White Room, we have Josh Flynn. I have a hanking suspicion that you might be like the second popular person who's going to be on this call after Andrew. So, Josh, if you could introduce yourself, please.
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. I appreciate the invite. I don't know about being popular or anything like that, but what I do is I recruit for supply chain, pharmacy, and clinical education. So we do get a lot of work, a lot with Brendan on candidates that he gets from the military events that we do and things like that. So I get a lot of opportunity to work with veterans and even some active duty folks that are coming out and trying to find positions, and they've worked in military supply chain, and we're trying to find them spots on our team. So work specifically with leadership roles like directors and things like that. But if you're looking for something a little bit lower than that, I've got an entire team with Health Trust that can find you something. So it's great to be here. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Josh. And the reason why I say like second popular, because typically your field is one that I'll also hear often along with like IT. So I absolutely love the mix of people that we have here. But that is it for our intro. So I'll pass this back to Cassie.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you to every single one of you. I was looking at Kandi and I think our faces are going to hurt because we were smiling and giggling so much during all of your intros. So we're so excited that you're here and that you shared all of your invaluable insights and opportunities. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to get into what y'all came for, which is all of our breakout rooms. So as we transition into these breakout rooms, please remember that the 50 Strong team will remain in the main breakout room if you have any general questions, require assistance, but we do not have any jobs at 50 Strong. All of the jobs are with HCA Healthcare. Make the most of the time in these breakout rooms. This is your opportunity to connect directly with these amazing team members, dive deeper into their available opportunities, inquire about their hiring pathways, get a mentorship session going. And they are designed to explore job opportunities with HCA, not specifically to have one-on-one career coaching in this session. If you want to do that, again, the mentorship platform is the perfect place for that, but you will probably still gain some really valuable career insights as a whole. There is no resume or formal pitch that is necessary. Instead, concentrate on learning about HCA, ask meaningful questions, and foster some genuine connections. All of the folks that you see here have the jobs and all of the industry knowledge, so seize this chance to engage with their team. Okay, we're going to move into the breakout room session where you will have the chance to, again, connect directly with these HCA team members. Let me explain how they work briefly, and then we will jump right in. First, you will be able at the bottom of your screen to see either 4 squares that say breakout rooms, or if you don't see that, you will see the ellipsis inside of the circle with more underneath, and from there, you will see the breakout room option. Choose a color. We will have on the screen and in the chat the names of the rooms and who will be in each of those rooms. So you do not have to remember if you didn't take notes, that's okay. You can move freely throughout all of the breakout rooms. So go into one, go into the next one. You'll have about 20 or 35 minutes to go into each of the rooms. So you'll have plenty of time. If you encounter any difficulties entering a room, please don't hesitate to reach out. Just simply use the chat or come off of mute, and someone from the 50 Strong team will be able to assist you. Okay, it's time. Breakout rooms are open. HCA, please move into your assigned breakout room. Job seekers, you can also go into the breakout room of your choice. And we, in the chat, will put the names of the breakout rooms. Oh, we already did it. Thank you, Darlene. With who will be in each of those rooms. All right, I will give you 15-minute announcements as we go through so you can keep track of time. And happy networking, everyone. All right, everyone, welcome back. We hope that you were able to find some genuine connections with the HCA team and that the experience that you had today will help you in your future. So whether you discovered new insights about HCA, maybe you have a clearer perspective of their career opportunities, or you formed a valuable connection with a team member, we hope that your time was well spent. We still have a couple of things to talk about. 2 minutes with 50 strong, and then we'll open it up for a Q&A. So if you didn't get all of your questions answered with the HCA team, you will have the opportunity to ask them a couple of questions before we wrap up at the end of our session. Please don't forget to check out our upcoming events and subscribe to our newsletter and visit our 50 Strong Meetups page, which you can see here. This will give you updates on upcoming events, some employer highlights, and all of our fresh opportunities. And we mostly want to thank you for your enthusiastic participation today, and we look forward to helping you maintain this positive momentum. 50 Strong Marketplace is a great place for you to find all of the roles, including all roles with HCA Healthcare. And so scan that QR code and you can look for roles in by location. You have the direct apply links, and then you can update any information that you have with them. 50 Strong Mentor, again, is the place to go and speak with these HCA team members in a one-on-one basis and have some more time with them. So don't wait, jump in, connect with somebody new, ask them questions, and start those conversations that can help get you closer to a stronger career fit. Okay, next steps before we open it up to the Q&A session, make sure that you connect with us on LinkedIn. Make sure you connect with HCA Healthcare team members on LinkedIn, follow their company page, and keep the conversation going. Also, please, if you have not done so already, scan that QR code that you see on your screen and share your information so that we can get that over to HCA and they can put it into their system so that they can connect with you. They will have your resume and your LinkedIn profile so that they can continue to have those conversations. We appreciate your feedback here at 50 Strong. Your insights play a crucial role in helping us enhance our meetups and ensuring that they are beneficial for all job seekers. So the QR codes that you see displayed on your screen will lead you directly to either a brief survey or our social media channels. Connect with us. We want you to. And we have a really cool marketing feature that we are starting where if you put a post on any of our socials and you tell us a little bit about what you learned today, tag us, tag HCA, we will pick one of you and send you a 50 Strong swag box. This is brand new. You'll be one of the first people to get this. Oh, and Kandi is going to show you what it looks like. It is a fun box and it has a lot of great 50 Strong swag. So please make sure to share all of that information that you learned today, and we will send you some 50 Strong love. Okay, so now the fun part. Oh,
hey,
sorry,
Cassie, real quick. And to make this full circle, this is Michael McCoy, who I mentioned earlier, that introduced me to John Snyder years ago, who now runs a small business that does things like this. So we're super excited. These are boxes with hat, shirt, I think a water bottle. So this is the box that Cassie's talking about.
Yeah, so make sure and take advantage of that and take us in all the things. But now we're going to jump into the Q&A session where we'll be able to take 2 to 3 questions. Please use the raise hand function if you had something that you were unable to get answered when you were in the breakout rooms. And we would love to be able to share that with the good of the group. Again, as a reminder, this would be general questions, not something very specific to your situation, but something that could help everyone. All right, Deshawn, you're first.
Hello, team. Deshaun Sellers. So there is a couple of mentions of different programs that transitioning soldiers can actually access. I know the Skill Bridge opportunity, and then there is a particular internal program for executive residencies for people that are coming out of college into a particular field. Is that something that you guys work with the candidate to ensure that their packet is pushed forward or they're introduced to the right people?
I think that is for Andrew. So Andrew, he's talking about the executive residency program, but he's also looking at SkillBridge as well too within Texas.
Well, great. Well, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining.
Yes.
I'm recruiting right now for the executive residency program in its narrow window that candidates can apply. It really is between their first and second year of their MHA program. So I would love to consider you if you would be in that window. Typically, we look for masters of healthcare administration candidates who really have a passion for healthcare operations and some other areas that we mention, other residency opportunities that we have available as well, such as ambulatory surgery, behavioral health, strategic service line. So we have some different areas like that. But I would be happy to consider you if you are in that sweet spot, if you will.
Okay, absolutely, sir. And yes, sir, I am almost complete with my MSHA. So I would
Great.
definitely link in with you with the LinkedIn site and we'll continue on. Thank you.
This is good timing because we literally just kicked off the recruitment process. So good timing. It's nice to meet you.
Likewise, sir.
Oh my gosh, that's
Thank
what
you.
we're talking about. That direct connection from point A to point B. Oh, this makes my heart so happy. This is absolutely fantastic. Okay. Does anybody else have a question for the HCA team before we wrap up? Oh, Tiffany.
Yes, hi. So I did not ask this question in my breakout group, but so I am located outside of Savannah, Georgia. There's currently a position that I received an email on. And so for that role, if I wanted to have insight review of my resume by an HCA recruiter, is this a prime opportunity to leverage that with the group here or not?
Yes.
Tiffany, would be
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. And definitely, this would be a great time. And Andrew,
I would be happy to. Feel free to send your resume to Shambhala and myself, and we can take a look at it. What do you mind me asking what position you're interested in? Because I know some of the leadership there at Memorial in Savannah.
Yes, it is the director of operations position.
Great. Okay. Well, sounds good. Send me your resume. Have you officially applied for it yet?
Not yet. I've
Okay.
been pondering, so not yet.
Great. Okay. Well,
If I
fantastic.
could
Yes.
say,
Send me your
don't ponder
resume
too
over.
long. Don't ponder too long. The person hiring for that position is actually my former boss here down in South Atlanta division. So I know she's already scouring through resumes. So send your resume over to Andrew, let him look it over, but do not ponder too long. Jump on that opportunity.
Good advice.
Absolutely. And that's my sign. Thank you all.
Again, connections. Look at all of these connections that are happening from one meetup. This is fantastic. All right, Gary, I think you're our last question.
All right. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for all the wonderful information everyone has shared. I got a lot of notes, and I'm looking to one thing I'm not sure about. I heard something about a mentorship program or a mentorship meetup, and I thought I clicked on the website, but there was an individual who was talking about it that's going to be there tomorrow. I think he's in Jacksonville, Florida, or Orange Park. I joined late. I'm sorry, but who was it? Brandon or somebody?
I'm in Orange Park in Jacksonville, but I'm not familiar with tomorrow's meetup. But I'll drop my email in there if you're talking about Brandon, but there's also a Brendan with an E who may be
Okay.
the person you're speaking of.
I think it's Brendan Latta who will have that mentorship set up because he's on the 50 Strong platform. But speaking on that, especially with everyone who's on here, a great majority are on that mentorship platform. So definitely hop around and talk to several people because I know you'll get different takes from each person, and it's definitely really helpful. I know for myself, like my schedule and calendar gets filled up pretty quick, and I sometimes will tell people that the other people at HCA as well are equally as great and will be able to assist as well.
Okay, so when I sign up, is it individual one-on-one mentorship? Okay, so it's
Yes,
not like
yes.
it's not like this networking that it's a little different. Okay. All
Right.
right. That's why I was asking about which Brendan, because I was going to introduce myself and say I was here yesterday. If tomorrow was like today. Okay, I get it. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, wonderful. Well, we are at time, but thank you all for joining us today from all of us at 50 Strong. We value your time that you spent with us and allowing us to walk with you through your career journey. HCA, as always, you are absolutely fantastic. Thank you for being such a wonderful partner and for all of the time and dedication you spend to this work in this wonderful community. We do have another meetup next week, so if you would like to join us, please do so, and we look forward to seeing every single one of you again. Have a great day, everybody.